It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, the end of Roe and the end of America. I both witnessed and participated in the massive collective cry of anguish, despair, and anger this last weekend all over social media in the wake of the Supreme Court's Dobbs decision, which overturned Roe v. Wade, thereby revoking a woman's right to have an abortion. While horrible, really horrible in itself as a singular event, the Dobbs decision is also a very, very dark portent for the fate of our troubled nation. Revoking abortion rights literally criminalizes women, doctors, nurses, office staff, rideshare drivers, and anyone else they can throw in there. You know, entire classes of people. As my uncle, also named Ron Reader, has observed, this stands to be as devastating to these people as the war on drugs has been to black men. And there will be no sanctuary. Rachel Maddow observed last week that all it will take is a single fetal personhood case, to make it to the top court, and then they can outright illegalize abortion in all 50 states. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. This is happening. Now, throw in what's happening elsewhere to the educator class, besieged on one side by QAnon psychos screaming groomer, on another side by new state laws forbidding the teaching of history and the dynamics of racism, and yet another side by gun nuts who want to arm our teachers and harden our schools. Conservatives are very busy swelling the ranks of undesirables, accusing an ever-growing number of Americans of being the enemy within. And they're not stopping here. Justice Thomas, in his concurring opinion, calls for overturning Lawrence and Obergefell, the twin towers of gay rights, which ought to prove fairly easy to do now that they've effectively torn up the right to privacy. Mark my words, they're going to try to put gays back into the closet. Now, let's put all these new undesirables into the proper context. We have the coup plot, very real, very dangerous, almost successful. I mean, the election rigging, tampering, and intimidation are all still going on. They will keep pushing away at this until they win. We also have a lot of conservatives with guns, armed to the teeth, who are increasingly willing to use them in order to get what they want. We have over-the-top, shameless, open promotion of racism. We have utter contempt for democracy and the rule of law. People, it is now starting to feel very much like fascism is here, and that's because it is. Just look at the Hobbs decision itself. It makes no sense, doesn't even try to address the case law leading to Roe, just ignores it and instead quotes obscure legal writings from centuries ago. Overturning Roe has nothing to do with reason and argumentation and everything to do with asserting power. The words are irrelevant. Gibberish substituting for thought aimed solely at confusing and distracting. Just like the big lie. Just like almost all right-wing rhetoric these days. This is how fascists debate, how they discuss, how they reason. They don't reason. They destroy reason and take over while you're still saying, hey! I am afraid. I am very afraid. The Nazis are seizing power before our very eyes, and the establishment still won't use the word fascist. And as goes the establishment, so goes the educated and often liberal establishment herd. We're sleepwalking through Armageddon dreaming sweet dreams of balance and even-handedness. Biden doesn't want to pack the court. Would he back impeaching Trump's 3 justices for perjury? Probably not. I don't know what to say. If we don't even have the balls to use the word fascist, we're fucked. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.